Two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch has publicly criticized NASCAR officials following a contentious incident during the recent Daytona 500. We'll break down what happened, explore the reactions from key figures, and discuss the broader implications for the sport. Let's get into it. The Daytona 500 is the crown jewel of NASCAR, a race every driver dreams of winning. For Kyle Busch, a veteran with an illustrious career, the 2025 Daytona 500 presented another opportunity to claim this coveted title. However, with just 14 laps remaining, a collision with fellow driver Joey Logano dashed those hopes. The incident not only took both drivers out of contention, but also sparked a series of events that led to Busch's vehement criticism of NASCAR's officiating. "I don't know, I ain't seen a replay," an angry Busch told reporters after the race. "But we got beat by NASCAR procedures again, just not being able to get back out on the racetrack." Following the crash, Busch's team worked diligently to repair his damaged car, aiming to get him back on track. However, complications arose concerning NASCAR's damaged vehicle policy, DVP. According to the DVP, teams have a limited time to repair their cars and must meet minimum speed requirements upon returning to the track. Failure to do so results in the car being parked for the remainder of the race. I had 4 flat tires out there, and we have these air jack systems in the car, mandatory by NASCAR, and the guy carries an empty air bottle to plug up to the car, Kyle Busch said. So couldn't plug it up so I could make my own return back to pit road, said I just wanted to push. So they decided for 3 laps to figure out how to hook it up to tow us back in, towed us into a work area where our guys reviewed the car, looked over the car, didn't see anything massively wrong. All the wheels were pointed in the right direction. We put 4 new tires on it to go back out to basically see what the next process was going to be for us. And then was told that if you need to work on it and repair it, you've got to go back to that place. But if you go back to that place, they park you. So what are we supposed to do to continue to work on it now that we've got 4 new tires on it and all the wheels are pointed in the right direction? Busch expressed confusion and frustration over the enforcement of this rule. He claimed that NASCAR officials instructed his team to return to the garage for further repairs, but then ruled him out of the race for not meeting the minimum speed, despite the race still being under caution. In a scathing social media post, Busch wrote, "Parked by @NASCAR officials. I don't even think they know their own rules or procedures." This statement highlights a significant communication breakdown between the team and race officials. Veteran driver Kevin Harvick, who has had his share of run-ins with NASCAR officials, offered his perspective on the situation. While acknowledging Busch frustration, Harvick suggested that there might have been a misinterpretation of the DVP rules by Busch and his team. Harvick emphasized the importance of teams fully understanding the regulations to avoid such incidents. His comments provide a nuanced view, suggesting that while the rules may be complex, it's incumbent upon teams to familiarize themselves thoroughly to prevent misunderstandings. In the wake of Busch's public outburst, NASCAR officials addressed the controversy, standing by their application of the DVP. They reiterated that the policy is in place to ensure safety and maintain the integrity of the competition. According to NASCAR, Busch car did not meet the required minimum speed within the allotted time, necessitating their decision to park the vehicle. This response underscores NASCAR's commitment to enforcing its rules consistently, even when dealing with high-profile drivers. According to NASCAR's Senior Vice President of Competition, Elton Sawyer, Kyle Busch's involvement in the damaged vehicle policy incident late in Sunday's Daytona 500 was the result of a misunderstanding on his behalf. "I think it was a misunderstanding on Kyle's perspective," Sawyer said. "What we do on pit road as far as the damaged vehicle policy hasn't changed from 2024, other than we're giving an additional minute. It's now 7 minutes versus 6. But as far as what our fans and our competitors, what they witnessed last year, in the past 5 or 6 years, the DVP policy looks the same on pit road with the adjustments that I mentioned." The one thing that we added this year is, at the scene of the incident, if you can't drive away, we would hook the vehicle and we would tow it to the garage. Once you go to the garage, you're going to get 1 opportunity to leave the garage and go on the racetrack. And this is not a new rule either. You get 1 opportunity at 3 consecutive green laps to meet minimum speed. Once you do that, you reset and you're kind of back in the game. In Kyle's case, he went out, left the garage, came back in, and once you do that, then you're going to be eliminated from the event, Sawyer said. The reason that this rule was put in place the way it is was that if we didn't have a way to basically have an end to the DVP part of it, where you could reset, then what would happen is the competitors would go in the garage, work on the car a little bit, go back out, run one lap, come back. Adding another layer to the drama is Joey Logano's involvement in the initial crash. Busch did not mince words regarding his feelings about Logano's role in the incident. He criticized Logano's aggressive driving style, implying that it was a reckless move that jeopardized not only their chances, but also the safety of other drivers on the track. This critique brings to light ongoing discussions about driving etiquette and the fine line between competitive racing and unnecessary risk-taking. This incident is not the first time Kyle Busch has found himself at odds with NASCAR officials. His career has been punctuated by moments of brilliance on the track and controversies off it. A notable example occurred in 2011 during the Truck Series race at Texas Motor Speedway. After a collision with Ron Hornaday Jr., Busch retaliated by deliberately wrecking Hornaday under caution. NASCAR responded by parking Busch for the remainder of the weekend's events and imposing a $50,000 fine. This history of confrontations with NASCAR underscores a pattern of behavior that continues to polarize fans and officials alike. The NASCAR fan base is deeply divided over the incident. Supporters of Busch argue that NASCAR's rules are overly complicated and inconsistently enforced, leading to unnecessary penalties and confusion. They believe that Busch's outspokenness sheds light on systemic issues within the sport's officiating. Conversely, critics contend that Busch's repeated clashes with officials reflect a lack of professionalism and respect for the rules. They argue that understanding and adhering to regulations is a fundamental responsibility of any competitor. This controversy has ignited a broader conversation about the clarity and consistency of NASCAR's rules. The DVP, while designed to maintain safety and competitive fairness, has been criticized for its complexity and the challenges teams face in interpreting it during high-pressure situations. There is a growing call within the NASCAR community for a review of existing policies to ensure they are straightforward and applied uniformly. Such reforms could enhance transparency and trust between teams, drivers, and officials. The fallout from the Daytona 500 incident involving Kyle Busch serves as a microcosm of the challenges inherent in professional motorsports. Balancing safety, competitive integrity, and clear communication is a delicate task that requires continuous evaluation. As NASCAR moves forward, addressing these concerns will be crucial in maintaining the sport's credibility and the trust of its passionate fan base. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this controversy. Do you believe NASCAR's rules need an overhaul? Was Kyle Busch justified in his criticism, or did he overstep? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you found this analysis insightful, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth motorsports coverage, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.